Introducing the new features and enhancements of Vantage Web User Interface 14.1.3. Vantage hosts, or SAMs, with PTF number LU10282 applied, can now deliver reports that contain text styling, tables, charts, and attachments independent of the UI, thus eliminating the need of a PC or server being online at the time of the report delivery. The report definition is saved as part of the Goa script on the host in the automation script library, while Vantage automation component take care of scheduling the report. First, I will access the Vantage object that is the data source for my report and apply filter and sort so I can see data that I'm interested in and later create a recurring report. In this first example, I want to create a report that contains the current allocation of all storage groups that start with SGT name and whose allocation is different than 0. The report delivered via email must contain a table with data, a bar chart view that highlights the percent allocation, and the data exported in CSV format. To start creating the report, I go to Create Automation Script located under Relation button, Automation Script. Alternatively, using the Script Manager, New Goa Script. I set the name for the script delivering the report as sgtalloc and leave the default data type as last interval. Script title will be sgt report and must be delivered every Friday at 7 a.m. I apply the filter and continue until select action step, where I choose perform object action and send email. From the available object actions, I choose to export to CSV all records that match the filter criteria and store them with headers. In the send email action, I set the email content leveraging text formatting options, table, chart, and lastly, choose the attachment. For this example, I will use the Vantage variable to add the date and the script name. I proceed and build a table at the cursor position by clicking the Build Table button. The index column is always visible. This column counts how many records are in the table. From the available columns, I will add storage group name, volume count, capacity bytes, and percent allocation by clicking on the tiles. I add conditional coloring for the percent allocation column for better readability as follows. Below 50, I set to green. Between 50 and 79, set to yellow. And greater or equal to 80, I set to red. and click Done. Then I set the scale for capacity bytes column to gigabytes and rename the column to capacity, leaving the scale visible. I am happy with my settings for the table and I click Add Table. I can see the table added to the email, and now I continue to add a bar chart by clicking Build Chart button. The chart name will be Current Allocation. Chart type will be Bar Chart. For X-axis, I select Storage Group Name, and for Y-axis, I choose Percent Allocation. For information about other settings for the chart, click on the Help button. I am happy with my chart setting and I click Add Chart. I can see the chart was added to the email and I conclude my message. Now I want to add the data source of this report as an attachment, so I click the Attachment button. I am using the same dataset name used previously in the Export to CSV action. I want the file to be renamed to SGT, Storage Group Allocation Data. And I click OK. I see the indication of the attachment and I proceed to add email recipients. I can send only to myself for verification purpose and later edit the script. Once I finished, I click Save Email and Next. On the last wizard step, I choose Save, Activate and Execute. This triggers newly created Goa script to run immediately. After script execution, the report is delivered via email. In the second example, I want to create a trend report for SGTSO storage group allocation over the last 6 months. I set the script name to SGTSO rep, choose historical data log, and click Next. Now I can specify a relative period, which is suitable for my use case, or an absolute period. I choose to display data for the last 6 months and click Next. Script title will be SGTSO, last 6 months allocation, and the schedule will be the first day of every quarter at 8 a.m. Next, I set the filter to match the storage group SGTSO. Because the script processes historical data collected by a Vantage logging script, there are only 3 actions available. Perform object action will export data, just like in the previous example. Send email and submit a job. I select Send email and proceed to add an email. To save time, I will fast forward until the chart creation. I click Build Chart and set Account X Space Utilization as title. Select Allocated Bytes for the Y axis and set the scale to gigabytes. The X-axis cannot be changed for trend reports, as these always display units of time. I am happy with my report, so I click Add Chart and Save Email. From the next screen, I choose Save, Activate, and Execute and click Finish. Once the definition is stored on the host, the UI is no longer required for generation or delivery of the reports. For more information, visit our product page where you can access product documentation, support, and communities. Thank you for watching.